What?
Man, it's getting to the point where like I just look forward to this show just so I can get drunk.
There's a podcast called Between Two Slabs. They consume mass media. It seems so sad. It's the great Curator and Merlin. They can't grow pubes, so they gotta wear a merkin. They got no money, so I guess they gotta share. Just two nerds wishing they could grow body hair. Comics, cards, and toys, nothing that would interest you. It's the podcast that nobody listens to.
All right, man. Yeah. Maria was asking me if I needed to have an intervention with you. She was kind of worried when I was telling her about every show the last 2 weeks, Dan.
I know, right? This is starting to become a habit. But you know what?
What?
I don't know. Like, what's worse? Drinking every Tuesday night with you. Oh, I'm already getting red. I just had like one sip.
I know. Oh, my goodness.
Drinking every Tuesday night with you on Between Two Slabs, or breaking every night, paying into breaks every night. What is the more terrible vice? I would choose this 9 out of 10 times.
It's cheaper, I think.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay.
Definitely at home. Definitely at home.
All right.
Maybe if you went to a bar in Hollywood, it cost you more.
I bought this case of the soju from Costco. So
okay.
I had like 8 bottles. So that's.
I have like a bunch of bottles, the same ones that my acupuncturist gives me all the time.
Yeah, there you go. So this is my last bottle actually. Who knows if I go to Costco this week? Maybe I'll get another one. Maybe I won't. We'll see.
I like that banana stuff you gave me last week. That was yummy.
Oh yeah, that's
tasty.
Makgeolli, banana flavored makgeolli.
That was tasty.
We might get into that. I don't know. I'm kind of having fun with this. I will continue to do this until it becomes a problem. Whenever that happens.
That's what we're worried about.
You know what will likely happen is that I go too deep, I go too hard, and then I'm going to say something to get myself canceled.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to say something to get myself canceled, and then that's when we're going to have the intervention.
Okay.
One day. But we're not there yet. So how are you doing?
Well, it's good. It's good to have a little escape right now. There's too much crap going on in the news, as we all know. But so it's good that we have Between Two Slabs every Tuesday, so you can just escape your worries and the news and all the other bull crap and enjoy the hobby with Dan, the great Curator, and Merlin of Merleworld cards. How about that, folks?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I was just thinking about this the other day. Or today I was just thinking about it. And like, I think we need to have a hard rule of, I don't know if this sounds bad or not, but like, I just don't want to talk about any outside world events that can be that can be controversial. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I told this story before, where the reason I got back into the hobby is because this was before the last election cycle, where I was paying attention to the news all the time. I was trying to be a responsible adult.
Understand?
Paying attention to news, and it was just so like, what's the word I'm saying? It gave me so much anxiety every day to try to keep up with current events, to try to watch the different debates going on, and all sorts of opinions, that I needed an escape where I could go somewhere and have fun. That's when I found my way back into the hobby, and it's been great ever since. So I feel like I just want to keep this a safe space. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I want this to be as pure and fun as possible. So I think we need to have a hard rule where we don't talk about outside events. You know what I mean?
Right.
As much as we can. I don't know.
As much as we can, unless there's a point where we have to acknowledge something just for it might, it might be on the same time as this hour is, and we have to like acknowledge it.
Right. So let's just try to keep it
other than that, I like to debate the great Curator on Tuesdays every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, so let's go over the agenda.
Okay.
For a little bit here, and then we'll talk about our sponsorship, and then we'll just get straight into it. But for you guys who like to tune in and out, the hot topics of discussions tonight are, I'm going to talk a little bit more about formalizing the hobby. I've been talking about it over the past couple weeks, and I'm just going to keep talking about it because I think that this is a movement that needs to happen. We need to get away from these handshake deals, and we need to kind of clean up or just kind of act a little bit more professional with how we do things in a hobby. So I've got a couple more ideas I'm just going to throw out there. We're going to be talking about that. I want to talk about how I see hobby content changing, a little bit. I've been seeing people do a little bit of different things here and there. So I want to talk about that. We tried something different last week, so that was pretty cool. So we can talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a new hobby goal that I've been thinking about for a while that I've committed myself to trying to achieve this goal. So I'm going to share that with you guys.
Woo!
So we can track my progress throughout the next. It'll probably take at least 2 years to accomplish this goal, but we'll see. And then we'll get the comments and all that. And you know what? If you guys want to, one thing I was telling Merlin is that the topics of discussion tonight, we might be able to get through them pretty quick. So if you guys have comments, I welcome you guys to put as many comments and questions in the comment section as you can tonight. In fact, we might turn this into like a whole Q&A episode. So those of you guys that are hanging out with us, feel free. If you have questions about anything you want, put it in there. If it's appropriate, we'll talk about it. If it's not appropriate, we'll just kind of glance over it. If there is a pressing comment that you guys want us to highlight right away, just give us a little super chat sticker and we'll highlight that right away. Otherwise, we will get to it towards the end of the show. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, let's before we get into these topics of discussion, Merlin, let's pay the bills. It's time to pay the bills. Tell these people about Mr. Minty.
Oh gosh, that's definitely over my left shoulder.
Every time we say Mr. Minty,
oh my god, I haven't
a drink. We get a drink.
Remember, Mr. Minty, I need to get my soju out.
For those of you, all right, Merlin, hit him.
Well, he's over my left shoulder right here, or for the viewers, part of my right shoulder. Mr. Minty, the logo, that Minty logo of his. He is the greatest product where you can buy the product. It's got all kinds of crazy tools in there to clean that card. You want to prep it get it ready for, get it graded. You want to have that 10. You want that perfect 10. Well, all you need to buy is his product. Go online, check him out on Instagram, and he's got his own website. The link is down below. And Dan, if you use the password, code word Curator, what do you get for Curator?
Well, last week it was 25%, which I told you guys to take advantage of it. 25%. That was the biggest discount he's ever given before. I believe he probably moved it back as part of our agreement. He said he didn't want to do the 25%. I had to twist his minty arm to do it. But he said,
I know, even when he did it, he blocked it after 4 sales. How dare him?
He's a cheap bastard. He's a cheap bastard, to be honest, just to get him to do the sponsorship with us. But I got him to do 25% last week. I think it goes down to 20% this week. But
guys, you heard that 20% off. Use the promo code Curator.
Here's the thing, though. He's not very tech savvy. So
I know. I thought he was, man. He's younger than I am.
I'm not sure he changed it. And unless he's watching us right now, he probably forgot. Because
I'm sure he is. He's been texting me all day.
He just did the Del Mar show last week. So I'm pretty sure he probably hasn't done it yet. So take advantage of that discount while you guys can.
Tell us. Try it right now. Tell us what it is at.
Yes.
So we can buy more. I might buy one while we're at it. If it's 25% off, I might buy one. How about that?
Merlin, is there any way that you can, I don't know, turn down your mic a little bit? It sounds like I don't know I don't know how to describe it, but it sounds like too echoey.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Or maybe you're just too excited. You're shouting in the mic. Oh, now we lost him. Remember the technical difficulties that we had last week, guys? It's back. No, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, Merlin. Adrian must have called Merlin again. We cannot hear him. We'll give him a second to do that. Okay. I guess I'll give Mr. Minty an extra plug here. guys. Remember, where's my Mr. Minty? I don't even have it on me. It's back there, but I don't want to get it. You know what? I'll just go get it for you guys. While Merlin is fixing this, we'll do the Mr. Minty plug again, guys. Remember, get this. This is the bag that you want to get. This is the product, the card prepping kit. Everything you need to prep your cards before they get graded, before they get sent off to the grading companies. You get in here. We have the special discount code, 20% off or 25% off. I don't know. If somebody uses it, let me know. Oh, he's back. He's back.
You hear me?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
Okay.
If somebody uses this, let me know if it's 20 or 25%. I'd like to know that. But take advantage of the discount code, guys. Everybody in the hobby that grades their own cards, you need one of these. It is must. It is a must.
Do I have sound or not sound, guys?
You have sound.
Okay. They're all jumping to me.
It's a little, what's that word called? Reverberation. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it sounds like.
Well, reverberation's good though.
Maybe just don't yell into the mic.
Okay, how about now? Is it good?
Better.
Okay, good.
All right.
I don't want to get excited. Maybe I just like my voice last week threw everything off.
All right.
So. Also, Mr. Minty has videos on his site which shows you what is inside the products and how to use the products. So check it out if you don't know how. If you buy the product for your first time, check out the how-to videos, which I made myself for Mr. Minty. Check them out. He actually wants me to Photoshop the new bags over the old bags.
Well, you better charge him for that.
I was like, well, that will cost like $10,000.
What? To Photoshop?
Well, I mean, if we want it, it's going to look really cheesy because I can't hold it in the hand.
Right.
You know, if you want it the perfect way, but if he wants it cheesy, I can do it that way.
I like cheesy. I think cheesy goes good with that brand, with his brand.
Yes. Well, if you know Mr. Minty, he's pretty cheesy.
Yeah.
And he's a Georgia Bulldog. So
is he?
Yes. You know, that's what we give hell about because they moved the University of Tennessee Georgia game now towards the end of the year because of ratings. And so that'll be at the end. So Steve and I will go watch the game and throw things at each other.
That's good. That's good. It won't ruin our sponsorship.
Maybe if Tennessee wins, because we are playing at Tennessee this year. That we may lose it, and you'll wonder why. It's going to be at the end of November around Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay, that's not too far away.
Okay, yes. So let's milk them for all we can right now.
All right.
So what do we got going next? What's up?
All right, let's just get into it.
Okay.
We might as well. Enough of this small chit chat. Okay, let's get into the
idle chit chat.
The topics on hand here. Okay, so
I love
past couple weeks I've been talking about like how look at this. Adrian has just given us a super chat sticker, so he's gonna have a comment.
He's still feeling guilty about last week, aren't you, Adrian? And not showing up for the Brea show, not seeing you.
All right, this is his comment. Go back to school, Merlin.
Oh, that son of a! Oh my God, he's in trouble. Adrian, you're in trouble, dude.
If you guys don't get that, he's telling Merlin to go back to, I guess, film school.
Yes. Yes. Film school.
So he can get his volume right. That was definitely worth $5.
Well, my first degree is in broadcasting, BS Communications. I have a BFA in filmmaking.
But they don't teach you how to use equipment in school, do they? They do?
If you want to use it, yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I learned how to do all the sound editing. I was the first person to do it, and I had to teach everybody at school, even the teachers, how to do sound editing because they didn't know how to use the equipment yet because it was brand new. Adrian got us a $5 super sticker. I love that color blue. Thank you. It's almost Minty blue, but not quite.
Yes. So, that's perfect, actually. Yeah. On brand, guys. On brand. If you guys don't know CV Sports Cards, this is our friend Adrian, local to the SoCal market here. He also has a YouTube channel. So go check out his YouTube channel. I've been encouraging him to make more content. It's very time consuming to make content, to be honest. But we always love people just trying to strike out on their own and making content because everything is, as long as it's positive and fun, it will entertain somebody. So go check out his YouTube, give him a follow on YouTube. and Instagram. And we definitely thank you for this sticker. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Adrian.
Okay, so let's get into the topics here. Okay,
Let's do it.
Formalizing the hobby. I don't know if I have a catchy phrase for this movement that I'm trying to do here, but over the last few weeks, I've been talking about different ideas on how to formalize the hobby, because right now it's like the wild, wild west. It's all handshake deals, even though people are transacting tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars, every month, every week at these shows and online and everything like that. And we hear about different types of scams, problems, scandals, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I've been trying to tell people that we need to formalize the hobby. It's risen to a level where it makes sense to start to add in layers of procedure to help protect people from getting scammed and give people remedies to resolve disputes, because it happens all the time, guys. I had my idea about purchase sale agreements. We talked about last week. We talked about maybe formulating some type of hobby community guidelines, basically formalizing our unspoken rules so that new people come in and they have like a code of conduct that they can follow and that we can hold them accountable to. Maybe a board of advisors to issue guidance to people and things like that. So my next idea that I'm going to throw out there is, I think that if we were ever able to form some type of board of advisors, okay, or some type of association that has a governing board to issue guidance towards people, I think another service that would do well for the hobby is if we had an option for mediation or arbitration, basically what we call alternative dispute resolution. This is the actual professional field that I'm in, so I'm very qualified to talk about this. But basically, if you have a dispute with somebody, right? Let's just say you buy a raw card from somebody and it was represented to be, mid condition, but it has a glaring defect that was not disclosed, and this was a private deal, and you got two people fighting each other now. What do you do, right? Do you sue them? You can't really sue them unless it was like some type of misrepresentation or something like that, or it was a high dollar amount. Do you
you declare damages?
Yes. Do you hire a lawyer to go and try to negotiate a settlement for you? Most of the time it doesn't make sense.
It's not even worth it. Yeah.
Because lawyers are very expensive.
Exactly.
Right? Do you take them to small claims court? You probably don't even live next to each other, to be able to do something like that. They're in different jurisdictions, things like that. So what do? And a good solution to that, if you were doing this in like a different setting, like a business world or a different type of transaction, is you usually have some type of clause in your purchase sale agreements or your contracts where you do mediation, or you agree to a third party arbitration. And that's basically, you get a third party person to come in there and help settle the dispute for you. And as long as both parties agree in advance in good faith to participate and to abide by the third party's decision, then it offers a remedy where you don't have to go to court, you don't have to spend a lot of money, and you get your situation resolved to some degree, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that could be another thing that this association offers: qualified third-party people that know the hobby, that can have experience and can settle these disputes, for a fee or whatever, Mm-hmm. So I don't know. What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah, that could be your new app, Dan. You could start it.
I am qualified. Qualified to do it, so I would throw my hat in the ring for that. You know what I should do? I should totally start a business. I've been thinking about this for a while, and I'm sure somebody's out there and they're going to try to beat me to it. But I've been thinking for a while that we need some type of hobby some type of legal services that is geared for the hobby. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not like, and if it would, it's kind of hard to like say you need like a law firm that specializes in this because it's so niche and there's probably not enough money in it to actually.
Well, it sounds like you'd be more like an arbitrator kind of.
Yes. So something situation. Like that. I've been thinking about for a while that I should start some type of hobby arbitration mediation business. I think I could do it. The hard part would be to try to get people to actually listen to me. That would be the hard part. But I'd have to get a reputation high enough where people would respect me enough to hire me to do that, which would be very difficult to do if I keep drinking and getting drunk every Tuesday on Between Two Slabs.
Oh my God! Like my arbitrator is drunk on the app.
Yes.
But how would you make that legit with the rest of the country?
It's by mutual agreement. So both parties would just agree. So you could do it. It wouldn't be hard. It's definitely feasible. It is definitely feasible to create an infrastructure and a process and a procedure to resolve these type of disputes. That's super easy. But just to get people to buy into the idea, to agree to use this service, to pay for this service, and then to actually do it, that's a big barrier of entry, But I've been thinking about it. I mean, like, let's just say if it wasn't me, because I'm still I'm just a small content creator in the hobby space. What if it was somebody that was very well respected? Like, let's just say, like Dr. James Beckett. Okay, let's just say that he started an arbitration business, and he was the arbitrator, and you could bring your grievances to him, and then he would decide something. I think people would respect him enough to listen to him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think people would follow that. Or who's the equivalent to him? I don't know. Pick somebody. I don't know, like somebody. I'm trying to think of somebody who's got a big name, very, very well respected. Probably nobody else I can think of right now.
The Card Father?
Yes, Rob the Card Father. Okay, Rob Barris, the Card Father. He's another person, but he's too busy.
Okay. And how would you keep from having any conflict of interest or arguing that there is a conflict of interest?
I mean, it would only be a conflict of interest if they were involved in that transaction somehow, or if they were doing business with that person. You know what I mean? Like, of course. Like, for example, like if Ken Golden was the guy that people nominated, he would have a conflict of interest if he had clients who would sell a lot of things on Golden. You know what I mean? And he wanted to give them favoritism or something like that. Or somebody that owned, a card shop and their customers were part of that, But, if you had a neutral third party, you could do it. You know what I mean? Like Brian Gray, he's a pretty well-respected guy. He's retired from Leaf, very opinionated.
There you go.
Very knowledgeable, somebody like that. But I think that would be kind of an interesting thing. And I think that we do need some type of process to settle these disputes, because it happens a lot. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It happens a lot. And what's the problem with these things is, like, people are trying to resolve it in these traditional ways outside of the hobby. You get a lawyer involved, you sue them, things like that. But the hobby is so niche and specialized, like, it's hard for people to understand and interpret these things. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And figure it out. I mean, look at these lawsuits that are going on right now. They never get settled. You know what I mean? Like, whatever happened with that lawsuit with that guy that sold the fake Pokemon box to Logan Paul.
Logan Paul? Right? Oh, really? Oh, you never heard what happened?
No, the guy he sold the fake Pokemon box to the guy Shine, which is a high-end card dealer.
Right.
And then he sold it to Logan Paul. But he gave the money back to Logan Paul. So the dispute is between Shine and that guy. I think his name is Jacob. He's like Hulu Pokemon or Hulu dude, something like that.
Holy Poke Sports? Is that our guy?
No. He had like a Hawaiian Pokemon name or something like that. And then
Mealy Pops.
And then Mealy Pops was the other guy. So Mealy Pops, as I understand it, he gave the money back. He gave his share of the money back. Okay. So I think he's good because I see him at card shows. So I think he's good in the community's eyes now. But that dude ran away, and you still see him. He's surfaced in different, places in the country. So they have found him, but they're suing each other, I think.
Okay.
And
that's still going on, you think?
Yeah, and I don't know if that was ever just resolved, because it was like they did it so informally. I don't know like if they had a contract, but I don't think they did. You know what I mean? So that's like one example of like people trying to use the legal system to resolve these disputes.
Right.
And nothing happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the the issue with card porn. One of the stories that came out of the whole card porn scandal was some dude traded a couple Jordan cards, high-end Jordan cards, for a sealed 1986 Flair box, and it turned out to be fake. And then that guy tried to alert the police. He tried to sue him. He couldn't find him or whatever. That never got resolved, right? Because these deals, these transactions are very informal in how they're taking place. So there's no legal remedy. It's basically like a handshake deal, and then you try to take the person to court, and then in court you have to provide evidence, to show there was some type of misrepresentation or fraud or damages and things like that. And it's very difficult to do that when there's no paperwork, there's no documentation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this could be a solution to that, where it's handled by hobby people who know what's going on, and it's a little bit more efficient process, and it offers remedies for people and things like that. I don't know. Just something. I think it's an idea that's worth developing. Is what
right.
I'm
Right.
I mean, if we have some type of third party service that both people in the transaction agree to in advance to handle any type of dispute, I think that would at least give people some type of pathway to resolving any type of dispute.
It's kind of like the people's court, except the hobby court.
Kind of, yeah. The people's court. If I understand it correctly, that's not a real court.
No, it's not. It's always a retired judge as well.
Yes. So that's an example. That's a third party arbitrator. Both parties agree to go to the third party arbitrator to resolve their dispute.
Correct.
They just make it look like court, basically.
Exactly. Yes, that's a set. That's a set, and they agree to what they even tell you. In the show at the end during rolling credits that this is just they've all agreed to be on the show and agree to the results.
What if somebody like a creative Hollywood executive did that for the hobby, right? What if they took my idea for party arbitrator and made it into a hobby courtroom where resolve their dispute?
I love it.
He sold me a card that he said would grade a PSA 9, and it came back a PSA 6. He represented that to me.
Oh my goodness.
But anyways, anything else you want to add to this?
Oh no, that's just another show we've got to pitch to the networks.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that topic that you bring up over the weekend. Let me give my closing thoughts on this, and then we can move on to the next segment here. But again, I think that we need to move towards more of a formalized process in the hobby. Not for everything, guys. Don't worry about it. Don't freak out. Not for everything, but for the things that we're spending real money on, and there's a chance that things can go sideways. We need to have a formalized process to document the terms, the conditions, and give us remedies to try to resolve these disputes so that we're not left hanging. I think that will go a long way to eliminating a lot of fraud in the hobby and make it easier for people to kind of transact and get involved in the hobby and things like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's time. When we're doing transactions for like $100, okay, we don't need that. But if we're doing transactions for $10,000+ which happens all the time, we need something like that just to give us peace of mind and protect us and all that stuff. Okay. All right. Let's move on to our next segment here, which is what we're going to add the segment in, guys, because Merlin just reminded me. You were pitching an idea over this weekend when we were at the Brea show about a a Anthony Bourdain style travel show. Can you share that with the viewers?
Definitely. I think Anthony Bourdain's show on CNN was called Parts Unknown. Correct?
Was it okay? He had two shows: Parts Unknown and No Reservation. Parts
there was
Unknown
no reservation,
right?
Yes, that was the one where he went all over the world to the different countries and ate the cultured food, and also shared with the viewers the culture of that area where he went to. Okay. So a lot of times he would go into very desolate areas. I don't know if a card hobby is as big as food as some of these areas, but we could go to like bigger cities like Tokyo, Paris, London, South America, and go to card shows and talk about the culture.
I think you're onto something here because, okay, let me make my pitch, okay?
Because people all over the world now are doing collectibles and trading cards.
Okay, let me make my pitch. You're the Hollywood executive, okay?
Okay.
And I have a meeting with you, and I'm making my pitch. Okay. All right. Listen to this. The hobby is a multi-billion-dollar business. People transact all over the world every day. Collecting is a passion, but now it's turned into a worldwide phenomenon. Mm-hmm. So what do we need to do? It's not just localized here in America. It is nationwide, but also worldwide. So here's my pitch to you, Mr. Merlin, the executive here. Two guys, okay? A good-looking, well-spoken, educated Asian man and a North Carolina.
Quit stuttering,
hillbilly.
Golly, oh Lord have mercy.
Who's in the entertainment
industry, God.
Former porn editor.
Actor.
Turned into card vendor. These two guys travel the world, going to card shows, visiting local card shops, taking the owners and prominent members of the card communities out to dinner, drinking, exchanging stories, maybe doing some deals, but basically just sharing a common love for the hobby and learning and exchanging culture. That sounds like a great show to me. What do you think?
I love it. You know, we can be in New York one show. We'll be in Paris the next show, London, Hong Kong, Seoul, all these places, because we know they all collect in those areas. You've been there yourselves.
There's card shows across
Australia.
The world. Yes. You know, we could go to a card show in Australia, and we could hang out at the local card shops, and then drink beer and eat shrimp on the Barbie. And then we could go to Korea, go to the card shops and card shows there and drink soju and eat Korean barbecue. And then we go to London and eat fish and chips and check out their shows and their shops. Right. And then, talk about what is cool. What do they love to collect? How do they collect it? I think that would be a great show.
It was. And it's not like it's going to be that hard because we know people in these areas. We've met them at different conventions, and they would be glad to assist us in these cities.
So here's my pitch. We do a 6-episode season, okay? We'll do one pilot, 6 episodes total, and we got to come up with a creative name. So if anybody in the chat tonight
where's the pilot? Los Angeles?
No, it's got to be somewhere better.
Okay.
Better. We could end in Los Angeles. Let's do this right now. Let's have fun. Let's pick the 6 places that we need to go to do this. Okay. Number 1, not in this order, but
okay.
Korea has to be 1. Korea.
Seoul, right? Korea, definitely.
Yes. We go to Hobby Korea, talk to those guys. I'm sure they have a show somewhere, and then we can eat Korean barbecue, drink soju. Okay. Korea, number 1. All right. Where's the next one? London, right?
London. Yeah. We need to be spread out.
The London card show, we got to go there. We got to drink. We got to drink beers at the pub, eat fish and chips and an English breakfast and all the goodies there, meat pies and whatever else they have, and then go to that show. Where else? Okay, where else? We got to go to Culture Collision.
Or your favorite place, Toronto.
Okay.
Or Vancouver.
Vancouver. We got to go to Atlanta. All right, eat what's
Southern food. Southern
food in Atlanta. Hang out with Prism God, and then go to Culture Collision. All right.
Yeah, Rafi, he could show us some good Southern food in Atlanta.
Okay. All right. I will acquiesce this request, and I will go back to the Toronto Card Show. I will hang out with Jeremy Lee, and we'll eat whatever they eat in Canada.
Does he live in Toronto? Is he from the Toronto area?
No, he's in Calgary.
Okay. Then maybe we can go there.
Yeah, maybe we go to Calgary, somewhere in Canada. Yeah. We'll go there. We'll eat.
Is there good food in Calgary?
We'll eat poutine. Poutine, and then
that's in France.
Else.
That's yes.
Yeah, so that's the fourth place.
Well, maybe Montreal.
Then we'll go. What's another prominent? We got to go to New York. We got to go to New York, right?
We can also go to Italy or Rome and find out where panini began.
Interesting. Where is it? Where are they headquartered? Is it in Italy?
It's definitely Italian. Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Panini is an Italian word.
Maybe we go to Philadelphia, go to the Philly Card Show, eat some cheesesteaks, and then the last place we end up.
Oh yeah, I've been to Jonestown Crabs in Miami.
The last place we end up is in Los Angeles. We go to Burbank Card Shop, and then we go to like one of the shows,
or maybe even Japan too. But since Japan, there's so much collectibles.
All right, we're officially been extended from 6 episodes to season 2, another 8 episodes, and Japan will be in there too. But definitely, we need to go to Japan. We need to eat sushi and drink sake.
Mm-hmm. And they're really big into collectibles, so we can find so many things.
You ever seen that show about drinking in different cultures? It's called 3 Sheets.
I've heard of it.
Oh, that was a great show. Whoever the host was, he was a great travel host. But it would be a combination between no reservations. No, like what's it called? Parts Unknown.
Yes.
And 3 Sheets.
No reservations. Yeah. 3 Sheets.
Parts Unknown, 3 Sheets, and the King of Collectibles. It would be a combination of those 3 shows, right? And I think it would be great. I think people would love it. This would be like the highest viewed show, the highest streamed show on Netflix for sure. We would produce it on YouTube, and then it would get picked up, and then it would go to a major streaming service. So there it is.
And not many people know it, but this white guy here, I'll eat anything. I've eaten live Korean sashimi, which I've had the lobster walk off my plate, and I still ate the meat out of the tail while it crawled off my plate. Have you ever done that?
I cannot say that I have done it.
we have to do it. I love it. And halibut and all that stuff that's still kicking.
Yeah.
I'll eat it. You name it. If it's still moving, I'll still eat it. I don't care.
Yeah. We need to do that. And then we can become the global ambassadors for the hobby.
Exactly.
That will be my new made up title that I usually give myself. I will go from the hardest working man in the hobby to the global ambassador to the hobby. And we can just have fun. We don't have to worry about
we'll connect all the shows globally.
Yeah, we can just go have fun, you know. I want to get away from I want to get on the other side of the table. I don't want to set up at shows as much anymore. I want to go out and experience things and meet people. You know what I mean?
Too.
So I think that's a great idea. Let's make this happen, guys. I know there's probably some Hollywood executive that streams this podcast every once in a while. Let's try to make this happen. Let's get some funding for this. Maybe we can I don't know.
Well, we started off with $5 from Adrian tonight. Thank you.
There we go.
I guess $5 to the kitty of our fund.
How does that work where a show gets picked up and then like green lighted, right? And then how do they get a budget to do something
for show?
Yeah.
Well, they'll definitely do the sizzle reel, like I said, and then they'll do the pilot from the sizzle reel if they get the investor. So you start a sizzle reel first, which is about a 2 to 5 minute, like a promo, and you can just pull clips, whatever. You can just make it all up, and a lot of people use like real interviews, and I splice them in with found clips off YouTube, and then you find those investors, like the producer stuff. They believe in it. They see the promo or the sizzle reel, and then they put money into the pilot. And then from that pilot, you want that to get picked up by cable, streaming, or network.
I think this could happen.
Saying we're down. We'll do. We're down for 8 episodes. We're down for or was it King Golden? That was 6 episodes, correct?
Who determines the budget?
The producers, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you pitch this to like a company, do they give you the producer or do you bring in your own producer?
No, they'll be in there. The producers will be. Yes.
Okay. All right. I think I think we should be writing this down because this sounds like a great idea.
You might want to link yourself with like a person who's a good showrunner, which is a TV producer who's also head of like the creative. Even for reality, they're the head of everything. There's not like a writer or anything like that. There's like the producers.
Because I often said that I think that me and you are probably two of the more entertaining people in the hobby, right? So, I mean, compared to, we love all our counterparts in the hobby, all our colleagues and everybody else. But come on, guys, we are way more entertaining than like the majority of people out there. Come on, we need to get a pilot picked up. So Merlin.
Exactly. And with SAG still on strike, they are hungry. Right now, they're thirsty and hungry for reality shows.
This is our window of opportunity, guys. Okay, so Merlin, your job between now and whenever is to come up with a sizzle reel. All right?
Yes, sir. We got to do it.
What we'll do is we'll post. Wait, so if we have a sizzle reel, we can't post it, right? We can't share it
privately. Like when I would share them with people, I put it on my Vimeo account. I have a private Vimeo account that I send to people.
Because you do it privately?
You can't post this all because you can't because we're using like music.
Well, what if we
copyrighted music, copyrighted videos?
Are you trying to keep it secret?
No, you got to pitch it, but you can't show it publicly yet. You don't want to show sizzle reel public at all.
I think that we need to do this. Here's my idea.
For so many reasons.
You come up with the sizzle reel, and then we'll pitch it. But if anybody in the comments want to see it, if anybody wants to view this, you can contact Merlin. Maybe we'll start like a Patreon, and this will be exclusive content that we give people or something like that. But I think that this will work. Okay. I'm fired up for this. I would totally do it. I would dedicate however long. Like if we had 6 episodes, we'd probably have to dedicate what? 12 weeks to do it. 6 episodes. I don't know. Like,
definitely if we go far away.
Yeah,
unlike something where there's like a dating show where they can do locally, or when there's other dating shows where they can just rent a house in the Hollywood Hills and have everybody there and they shoot.
Oh my god,
at one location.
Another idea, another hobby dating show, but that's a separate idea. Okay, let's focus on this one, then we'll produce that one next. But yes, I'm ready to dedicate 10, 12 weeks of my year to doing this, to shooting this show. I think it would be awesome, guys. So anyways, if you like that in the comment section, let us know. Give us some ideas. We can add it to the sizzle reel. Okay. All right. We got sidetracked on that. So sorry, guys.
I get Dan so excited over this.
Yes. So this kind of segues into the next topic about hobby content and how it's changing a little bit. But I said it a couple weeks ago that I think that the content in the hobby right now is very stale. You know what I mean? It's basically just like it feels like people are doing very staged content to me, where they're talking into the camera, giving some type of plug or whatever, like sponsored type stuff. I mean, I do it too, so I'm guilty of it myself. You know what I mean?
But is it scripted?
Yeah, scripted content, but not like.
No, but are you scripted?
No, like when I say scripted, I mean like.
Yeah, you talking to the camera. That's all.
It's not natural, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, let me give you an example.
I'm sure it's been rehearsed. They probably said the lines a few times, and it's been edited.
Whenever I have to do it for myself, it takes me many tries. You know what I mean? It's either like, let me just pull something here.
Okay,
just whatever I have. It's either like in my hand, guys, I'm holding one of the most rarest cards in the world. This is a 1-of-1 logo man of Max Dupree. Something like that, or they'll be like at a card shop and be like, guys, we are here at this card shop and we're going to attempt to pull a mega box. We're going to open it. We're going to give it away. We're going to have a great part. It's just like.
Well, you're talking to your viewers.
Yes, but it just seems it doesn't seem authentic to me. Okay. Like it was cool when it first came out, but now everybody's doing it. And
do you think it's become like too QVC?
I think that people.
Don West.
I think content creators in the hobby copy each other. Okay. Definitely copy each other.
And they see who's successful and take from that.
Yes, for sure.
And copycat it.
Like the auction houses, they all copy each other. It's really annoying how like everybody's copying Ken Golden. Basically, what Ken started his whole thing where he's telling the story. in my hand. I hold one of the most important pieces of sports memorabilia history. You know, everybody's doing that. Then now they're doing the thing where they post a card in the back and they tell the story about the card and they show their face. You know, PWCC does it and REA Auctions does it and all this other stuff. And even content.
I saw Denny do it.
Denny's the worst. Denny's the worst plagiarizer in the business. Okay. But anyways, whatever. People are copying each other. That's to be expected, I guess. But my point is that it is a little bit stale, in my opinion. But here's what I notice happening now. Okay. And this, I cannot take credit for this. I cannot take credit. We cannot take credit for this. But I noticed people going to the live format for the podcast. Now,
okay.
We were not the first people. I think maybe Sports Card Nonsense were the first people. Jeff Wilson does his podcast live. There's 3 other guys from the Collect apps. They do it. And probably some other people do it. We did it last week. I feel like that is the next evolution of hobby content. In person, live, in person podcast.
Okay.
And that is the next thing that you're going to start seeing happen. I feel like at some point we're going to get away from the staged content, and then we're going to do something else. I've been talking about it for a while. I feel like there needs to be something new in the content space, and I haven't come up with it yet, but it's there. It's on the tip of my tongue to do something new and creative. Maybe it's that show. Maybe it's the show that we're pitching. You know, I think that would be kind of cool. But I think that hobby content has grown from being like somebody using their phone and posting it on YouTube to more high production level content, making vlogs of shows, to doing the kind of stage content that we're doing now, podcasts like this, to going to the next level, which is in-person podcasts. I feel like if we look towards other types of contents outside of the hobby, like if we look at like sports broadcast content or news channels or whatever else right there, like it's way different. It's way different. And if we can just kind of take the best parts of all these different types of content or high level production content out there, I think that we're going to start adapting that in the hobby, and you're going to see changes like that. And it's getting there, you know, like I said before, with the whole formalization of how we do deals, content is also growing in the hobby space. Content pretty soon will probably be the main thing in the hobby, where people can make more money making content than they do flipping cards. You know what I mean? And then you'll see people putting in a lot of money in producing shows and stuff like that, because you get more value, like what Ken Golden's doing with the King of Collectibles, right? That show probably costs a lot of money to produce, but they think it's worthwhile for whatever reason to do that. And if that show just got, greenlit for a second season, you're probably going to see other people pitch shows.
Definitely.
I wouldn't be surprised if Cardfather, Burbank Card Show, or the Burbank Sports Cards, I wouldn't be surprised if they had like a Pawn Stars style show.
Yeah, I could see that as well.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Where people just film in their store, or you'll see other people, like what we're
doing. And the staff and everybody are regulars of the show.
Like we just pitched an idea for a travel show for cards. I'm sure somebody's going to do something like that at some point. But I feel like that's the next level of hobby content, of going from basically low level people producing their own content to higher level production style content.
Oh, exactly. I mean, Dan, when the Vanderpump Rules show came on, started like 10 years ago, I saw a lot of those people that worked at the restaurants that lived in the apartments around my neighborhood. And now they live in giant mansions, Dan.
Wow.
So that could be us.
I need a mansion. I need to upgrade to a mansion for sure.
and they're doing the same job. They're just being dramatic with their dating lives and their social lives. Because, you need drama or excitement.
Right.
So, you and I, kicking the shit out of each other and everything on the show would help the ratings.
Yeah. That was my deal. You jumped in my deal, you son of a bitch.
Dan, no. We definitely have to get Dan drunk on every episode. That's for sure.
Oh, come on.
That'll be part of the 2 sheets. The 3 sheets. Is that the 3 sheets, right?
What is
that what it's called?
3 sheets to the win.
3 sheets to the win. Exactly.
What does that mean? That means you're drunk or something, right?
That's been you the last few weeks on Between Two Slabs.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. You know,
I never said it was bad. I'm just saying that's all it was. I'm not complaining. I love it.
Drinker. I'm a social drinker.
I love it. Yes, I know. So you're being social right now. I love it. You're fun, Bobby.
Yes. All right. So
I love it.
Anything you want to add before we transition?
Yeah, maybe maybe like different episodes we can have some of our fans that come with us. Maybe Papa Jim.
Are we back to this? Are we back to our pitch? Okay.
Well, they're all like leaving comments and they're all excited. Like, take me with you, Papa Jim.
What I think we could do is every episode we need a local guide, right? We're going to strange new places. We don't know anything, so we need a local guide to come and be like, hey, this is the LCS that everybody goes to. This is the best place to eat, best place to drink. So yes,
right.
I think that's a great idea. We could get, you know, our viewers that live in the area to take us around and things.
Here's
like
some
that.
of the hobby shops. Here's some of the card shops, whatever, collectibles. Yeah. You know, we can also learn what are like the hot items that people collect in certain regions of the world.
You ever seen that show American Pickers?
Oh yeah, of course I have.
American Pickers, they go all
over the country.
So it could be a hybrid of that too, where we're going to these different places and we're trying to find a rare item, you know what I mean, and bring it back to where we, you know, our local area and stuff. I think that'd be cool.
Cards and hookers, Adrian. That's Amsterdam. That's what we'll do when we go there.
Oh my God! Have you ever been to Amsterdam?
No, I've never have. I'd love to. Have you? You have?
I have been to Amsterdam.
And look at that face. That face looks very guilty. That must be was that pre-marriage? That was pre-marriage.
Okay? I never did anything that was illegal.
Look at that.
I never did anything illegal in Amsterdam.
Oh my gosh! Have you ever been to a chicken ranch in Nevada?
Wait, what? A chicken ranch? What is that? Is that the bunny ranch?
Yes.
No.
Ever been locked up in a Turkish prison?
No.
Okay.
No.
So tell us more about Copenhagen or Amsterdam, Dan.
It's actually it's a beautiful city. Beautiful
city.
Yes. Great food. A lot of fun stuff to do.
Do you ride bikes a lot? A lot of bike riding.
I do not ride bike. You can walk. Okay. You can walk everywhere, but it's a great city. And I'm sure there's a card community out there somewhere.
I'm sure.
So, anyways, all right. Let's move.
Some of those Beggar Bros cards will sell there.
Let's move on from this topic before we get in trouble. Okay.
Okay.
And then the next topic is I have a new goal. I have a new goal in mind, a new hobby goal. Okay.
You haven't even told me, so please share with us.
So like I don't know, maybe it's just me, but my attention kind of wanders every few months from the hobby. You know what I mean? Like I'll be really into Marvel, and then I'll go to Star Wars, then I'll go to wrestling, then I go to like K-pop cards, and I'll go back to wrestling, then I go back to
my little kitty or
my little kitty, you know, whatever, right? I just like to like to try different things, and it gets me excited when you come up with new goals, right? And then when you get into a new area, then you come up with goals like, okay, I'm going to collect this set. I'm going to collect this card. And it motivates you to give you something to work towards, right? Mm-hmm. So anyways, I've been kind of like getting tired, like bored of the hobby lately and certain things. So I'm like trying to come up with different ways to keep motivate myself to achieve certain goals. Okay. So lately I've been like consolidating my collection. Okay. My inventory is very low right now. You saw like at the Brea show, I barely had anything. I didn't even have, I had like 10 cards to put out. Basically. Okay.
And that was all the shoebox.
Yeah. Real cards. So anyways, my next goal, or something that's been weighing heavily on my mind lately, is my student loan debt. Okay. This is like real life stuff. Like
you still have a student loan debt?
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? I went to law school. When I graduated law school, I had $350,000 in student loan debt. Can you believe that?
Did you apply for the student loan forgiveness? plan?
You can only get that if you work in public service, which I do not. Okay.
Okay.
So I had that. Now my debt is like, I'm not even, I'll just disclose it. My debt's like 180 grand. Okay. So when I graduated law school, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, it was like $350,000, and I've gotten it down to $180,000 in student loan debt, right? And I could live with it, like all my brothers, they're doctors, and they still have student loan debt. They're all they're like 10 years older than me, 15 years older than me, and they still have student loan debt. Everybody that goes to grad school, that goes to professional grad school, they have student loan debt, unless their parents paid for it or they had some type of crazy scholarship. They all have student loan debt, and you continue to pay that debt all the way up until your 50s, basically.
Well, fortunately, that was me.
Okay, so I've got this situation where I've got a lot of student loan debt, and it's annoying to me sometimes when I'm applying for loans, for whatever, business loans or real estate loans and things like that. They always hammer me for my student loan debt, even though in my mind, this debt allowed me to go to graduate school to become a professional, which allows me to make my money. So, and I make good money doing this stuff. You shouldn't hammer me for going to school, right? It's like,
right.
But they don't care, right? The lenders don't care about that. They just see it. They see it on the credit report as a line item that says you owe this much. So we're gonna knock you for this. So I have made the decision that I'm going to attempt to pay off my student loan debt early. I think I have probably like 13 years left to pay my debt on my current plan, on my current payment plan. I've got like 13 years left. But my goal now is to use the hobby to pay off my student loan debt early somehow. How am I going to do that? It's either going to be somehow I'm going to have to flip a bunch of cards to try to pay off 180 grand within a certain period of time. I'm hoping I can do it within 2 years. 2 to 3 years is my target goal. So that is my new goal that I just decided recently, where I'm going to start trying to flip cards as much as I can, take my profit, and instead of buying more cards, because honestly, the last 2 years I've spent so much money I could have paid off my student loan debt on cards, to be honest. Okay, but now I'm gonna take that money and I'm gonna start to try to pay off the student loan debt aggressively. And who knows if I can get it done within 2 years, 2 to 3 years. But if I do, I'm gonna make a big video about it. It's gonna be awesome.
Sell one of those superfractors.
That's gonna be part of it.
Woo. Dan, where'd he go? I think he got too excited over his student debt and passed out somewhere.
I just had a plug in my.
Okay.
But you know what? So I'm looking at my inventory right now. Okay, I've got probably 180 grand of inventory, I think. Okay, that's what my estimation is. I got probably about 180 grand of inventory, and that's what made me think about it. I was like, I've got my inventory sitting right here, right, or in various places. If somebody were to buy everything from me right now, I could pay off my student loan debt, basically. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to sell and flip, and that's going to keep me active for the next year or so, and we're going to see how far I can get.
Sell and flip.
If I can get down to like by this time next year, if I can get it down to like 100 grand, I think I'll be well on my way to achieving that goal. We'll see. If I can get to under 100 grand, then yeah, it's going to happen for sure within that time frame. We'll see. So I think I'm going to be very aggressive in terms of trying to sell my stuff and see where I can go. I just sent a bunch of stuff to Golden. Okay, so in the next Golden Elite auction, I'm going to be selling a bunch of things in there, and maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll get lucky, and
good luck with that.
Somebody will overpay for one of my things, and I'll get a large chunk of money, and then I'll throw it. If not, then at least I'll liquidate that stuff and I'll put that towards its student loan debt. So we'll see. And then maybe if maybe I'll start we'll start keeping tabs, and I'll say like in every weekly episode or whatever, I'll be like, okay, on the list here, 180 down to 175 or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I've got a couple of big deals in the work right now for some of my items. If I can close on some of these deals, I might be able to take a big chunk out of this debt by the end of the year.
Yeah, I don't, Dan. I don't want to like not have anything in your room anymore. It could just be a big clean white room. Be so awkward.
You made me.
Oh my goodness.
You made the soju go down the road.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. I'll miss all your stuff.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I don't mind selling a bunch of stuff because I love buying. I
know.
Like for me, the hobby is about the process.
Mm-hmm.
I love hunting for rare things. I love the feeling for a profit, you know, and moving on to the next deal. So I wouldn't mind. Honestly, if somebody came in here and bought most of my things, I wouldn't mind, because that would mean, well, actually, that wouldn't mean that I could buy more stuff because I'd be paying off the student loan debt. But I don't know. I haven't figured out this whole thing yet, but basically it's going to happen, guys. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Boy.
I can already see the video, the tag of the video. I paid off my student loans flipping cards. It's going to go viral. It's going to get 100.
Oh boy.
It's going to get 100,000 views. They're going to talk about it on, the news channels and things like that. So how did you manage to pay off that massive student loan debt? Well, sir, I was just flipping cards, you know, and that's going to be the next stage of my my content evolution.
Woo,
okay.
Woo.
Anything you want to add to that before we go?
No, sir. I just wish you all the best of luck.
All right, guys. So
student debt ain't fun.
Yeah. If you guys want to help me out, help me pay down my student loan debt, then buy some stuff from me, you know. Okay, so let's go to before we get to the comments, you want to show anything off from mail days?
Oh, let's go. You can probably see I'm using this thing that I use at shows now that Dan loves for my things.
You guys notice that Merlin, for those of you watching on YouTube, you notice that that.
What's that?
That little whatever you call it, that misty water fountain thing he has in the background.
Yeah, no. Oh, that's my new incense burner, and it's like mystical because it looked like something like Merlin would own.
Incense burner.
It has
right.
a little,
right. That's really incense in there, I bet, huh, guys?
Well, what else would you put? You definitely don't know. What else would it be? Like,
I don't know, weed.
Well, that would be in my mouth, dude. And I don't smoke, so it makes me cough, and coughing hurts my neck. So anyway, you just like price all these in the background. What show is that? Whoops. What show is that?
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. Guess what? It's a type. What is it? It's a type 1, folks.
Oh, that's cool. Wow,
yes.
Rare.
The 1990s at the famous diner that they always,
Cat's Deli. I've been there.
Oh, yeah, the actual one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is Jerry Seinfeld and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, authentic type 1, original Seinfeld. And then I think Mr. Minty might be getting this one. I've got 2 more, but this is my first one. I just got back yesterday. And it's the Beastie Boys from 1987. And he's throwing beer on the crowd. Look at those guys. Type 1 from 1987. This is Mr. Minty's favorite band. And it's
would you consider what genre or what type of music is Beastie Boys? Is it rap?
Hip hop, yeah, rap hip hop. They're already in the Hall of Fame. They were the first hip hop album to ever reach number 1. Did you know that? License to Ill, 1987, which is the same year this came out.
Interesting.
This concert. So these, if you've seen me now sell a lot of old school hip hop photos, and believe it or not, besides sports type 1 photos, that old school hip hop is the other most popular genre, and also Nassau. So I found that comedy one too. It was great to find a Seinfeld one because they're usually taking off cameras, and they didn't use really nice film cameras back in those days like they do now. He was back like the 4:3 dimension, the old TVs. Remember those, Dan? The old TVs?
Yeah. Okay, so I got one thing to show off, and then we'll get to your comments, guys. We got a lot of comments to go through here. So I'll make this quick here.
Okay, please do.
Okay. Just wait till he turns around. Okay. So I'll stare at his ass.
Turn the beat around, Dan. Turn the beat around.
His maroon shorts.
Okay.
Okay. All right, here we go. So I got one item that just came in today.
Okay. What?
Look at this. This is a signed
Logo Man.
NBA logo sticker signed by Jerry West.
Oh, it is too. Okay.
Describe the logo. Isn't that cool?
So you got the actual guy who is the Logo Man signing the Logo Man card sticker.
Yeah, I saw somebody had this last year, and I've always wanted one, and I saw it, and I just picked it up right away. So pretty cool, you know. I'm a big I can definitely appreciate Jerry West and his career. I'm a big Laker historian, so I love this. So pretty cool item to have.
Did you ever watch Winning Time?
I have not.
Well, there's only 2 seasons. They had to end it, unfortunately, after 2, but it was really good.
Yeah, I'll eventually get to that show.
I know they just couldn't get all that ensemble cast back because of the strike.
Yeah,
sucks, but it was really good.
Okay, all right, let's get to the comments here.
Comments, Carlos, as always, the first one. Rise and shine, Curator Army. He puts a mashup on that one. Love it. Who else we got next? Richard Price. Let's do this. Rocket Ship. Papa Jim. Hello, gentlemen. Hope all is well with you both. Yes, Papa Jim. Also, Papa Jim, congratulations on, I guess, dating anniversary or engagement anniversary with your wife. So congratulations on that one. Sup, Chili. Hello. He does his little Beavis. The Sports Card Professor 7, Orist. Good evening, gentlemen. I have a new virtual LCS I will be looking to affiliate with in Atlanta.
Interesting. We haven't talked about Jeff Wilson's announcement about his show, but we'll get to that next week, maybe.
Let's do it. Yes. Mark the Collector. Happy Super Wrestling Tuesday party, people. And it's just NXT on Tuesday nights. Because my girlfriend goes, what night does not have wrestling? Diddy Cards, Costco selling sports memorabilia now, 2 apparently. What? We've got to check this out, Dan.
What are they selling? Because I know that like they made news because they were selling gold bars.
What?
I didn't know they were selling
gold bars.
Yeah, they sold out too.
Get some food, some gas, and now get gold bars at Costco. Hobby News Daily, cheers. Diamond Dog Sports, I like that name. Hello, sports card collectors. What's up, buddy? Papa Jim, any card shows you going to before the end of the year? I might show up in Dallas with Mr. Minty. Steve's still hounding me every single day. He's been texting me all day to see if I'll room with him and put up with his snoring.
Yeah, we'll go to the Front Row Card Show in Pasadena.
Oh, Pasadena, yes. We'll have that one too. Jim, you come out here to Los Angeles. Yeah. Visit us. Hobby News Daily. Dan, why are you blocking me?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't recognize the name, but if I block you, it's probably because you were a dick to me at some point. You know, I always block assholes. Anybody here's the thing, like people always like get so surprised if they say something rude or insulting to me, and then I just block them. They get really upset. So I probably did that to you at some point. But you know what? If you apologize, I will unblock you. Okay.
Well, obviously you're not blocking him now, or he's coming through me. I don't know.
Maybe he made a different alias. I don't know. But
okay.
Yeah, you know, like if you apologize and you're cool, I'll let you back in. If not, sorry, dude. You know, that's just how it is.
Diddy Cards. I can't believe Mr. Minty is still sponsoring y'all after last week's audio issues. Oh, shut up, Denny.
Hey, I'll tell you this, Denny. He sold at least 5 kits last week because of us. Okay,
he would have sold 10 if he didn't put like some kind of weird stop on it after 4.
Yeah, so he did it. You know, I mean,
he had to go in and fix it. He had his own technical issues going on at the same time we were having them.
Yeah, so
he's the last one to speak.
That's proof that sponsoring Between Two Slabs is a definite moneymaker, positive moneymaker for any type of business.
We were still selling Mr. Minty supply kits, but we actually broke the Mr. Minty internet because of that.
We broke his
at 4 kits. Papa Jim, Mr. Minty, the other bald-headed guy in the hobby, laughing out loud. Yeah, I saw y'all's autographs on top of your heads. Mark the Collector, you guys watching NXT tonight? WWE stacked it like crazy. Yeah, I watched Raw last night. Did you watch Raw? Did you watch Fastlane, Dan?
I watched the end of it. I need to watch the front part of it.
Oh, Fastlane?
Yeah.
It's good.
But I usually watch the highlights.
I fell asleep at the last one event, though. Merlin sounds hyped up. I'm always hyped up. Denny Cards, amazing 2 weeks in a row. Thanks, Denny. Carla, sponsorship gets us excited.
Oh, yep. Yeah. You know, at some point, we usually get 1 or 2 sponsors during each cycle. So if you guys see somebody out there that you think would be a great fit for sponsoring this channel and you guys want us to negotiate some discounts for you guys or anything like that, send them some messages, okay? Shameless self-promotion. Help us out. Help us get that next sponsor.
Danny, if you want to sponsor us, go right ahead. Or Adrian, CV Sports Cards, Soju, Tom, Merlin, did you get some training and learn how to use that mic? Yeah, I think the mic is getting a beating. I might have to buy a replacement. Denny Cards, did you say Bachelor of Fine Arts? BOFA? No, it's BFA, Danny. Denny. BFA, Bachelor of Fine Arts. And then it's conservatory, so I had to go 4 years. Ugh. And do a jury at the end. Vintage Lord Canada, can those running this organization wear cloaks and each be given a special ring? Just like the Masons or something, or the JCs? Denny Card, Stonecutters. What's the Stonecutters, Denny?
Stonecutters is the secret.
It's like the Masons?
Illuminati equivalent in the Simpsons TV show.
Okay, yes. Then that's where the Masons, they get that name for the Masons. God is great. Hello from the Rising Sun, Japan. Vintage Lord, Canada. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves, just like Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. A collector's dream. Hello, everyone. I should take Dan to Burning Man. He could do
that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Thunderdome there. A collector's dream. I'd love to see it. We can do cards out there. Come to Miami. We have all cultures. Yes, y'all do. Emmanuel Delgadillo. Well, we live in LA. I think we've got the most cultures that us in New York. The Hobby Courtroom with Judge Dan, the Great Curator, Netflix special. A collector's dream. Joe Stone Crabs in Miami. Been there down the South Beach. Good. I've been there many times.
I wouldn't mind going to Miami if they have a good card show out there.
Have you had Joe Stone Crabs?
Do they have it out here?
No, in Florida. It's really good. We'll have to go there. Papa Jim, Australia, South America, China, Canada, Germany, Africa. I think Papa Jim's coming with one of those countries with us. Mark the Collector, I'm coming along in the Japan episode. He said it here first. First dibs. Emmanuel, Card Shows Unknown with Dan the Great Curator and Merleworld Cards, a Netflix special. Hey, what can it be? Apple TV or Amazon? May the best man win the bid for our show. Emmanuel Delgadillo, or even Max Plus, whatever it's called now. What do you guys think about Sports Cards Investors' $3 million card shop he is building?
Is that how much
I thought it was already built. So he's building it now. Is that what's going on?
Is that how much it costs? $3 million?
Not $3 billion?
Well, I'm sure if he's doing it, he probably has it all planned out. And he's probably going to make a lot of money doing it.
I'm sure.
I mean, we know several different people who own shops. Like Daps has his own shop, and
he's right up the street from me.
Yeah, obviously the Card Father, and then our friend Armin Blue opened up a shop. So definitely, it seems like I always thought before the hobby boom, I always wondered how card shops make money. To be honest, you know what I mean. Like, who's spending money on these type of things? How do you make a living doing it? Now it seems like it's like easy printing money as long as you have wax. It's basically, if you have a shop, you either sell wax or you do breaking, and if you do one of those two things, you're making a ton of money doing it. So I'm sure he's going to do really well. It seems like he's got a nice location in downtown Atlanta, across from the Brave Stadium. I'm sure he's not going to be in there running it. He probably has a partner that he's working with to do everything, and he's just going to be doing promotion. But I think it's cool, I'm interested to see how what type of innovative things that he does with that. From what I kind of heard from the announcement, he's going to have like a 24/7 virtual component to the shop.
Okay.
Do I think that we need a 24/7 virtual LCS? No, I don't
think
really.
No.
But that's just the way we are right now. So I'm excited, and I'm always, there's a lot of people that hate on Jeff Wilson. I saw some comments of people just like taking a shit all over his idea and things like that. But for me, I've always had a good relationship with him.
Me too.
He's always been nice to me and generous with his time. And so I wish him the best for that. And I'm excited. And who knows, maybe this will be one of the stops on our episode when we start doing this show. We'll go to Atlanta and check it out. So, yeah.
Renee, I think a live podcast like a Joe Rogan or PBD that talks only about hobby cards like history, designs, players, or art, and have guests who make those or are very knowledgeable on the subjects. Oh, I agree. Thank you, Renee.
Yeah, I think that we could do something like that. It'd have to be in person, so we'd have to like really
Definitely
have a legit studio. But I think that's the next thing. That's the next thing for sure.
Oh, you don't want to put them in your room with us?
Well, you can do it. But we gotta have a nice setup.
Michael, are you guys going to Atlanta for Culture Collision? As of right now, probably not, unless something changes.
I don't know.
But we may change our mind. Who knows? We still have a ways.
Yeah, we went to the second show, and it was okay. But now
that was the second one. Okay,
they've had like another show since then. So maybe
does he only have one once a year?
Yeah, basically. Okay. So maybe it's time for us to go back. I do like Prism God. I want to support him. So
yeah, he's a great guy.
We'll go. We'll see.
Yeah, he thinks the world of us, man. The sports card professor 7 for his new Atlanta shop. Card headquarters, Jeff Wilson showed a place which will be his new studio where he will do all his podcasts. You can watch live through a glass facade. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's what we should do, Dan.
He's probably paying. Well, I know for a fact he's already paying for a studio space for an office. He probably just said, okay, let's just throw a card shop in there too. I might as well. So I think it's going to work out. And
Tyler Perry has his studios down there too, which is huge.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you brought this up.
Okay.
So not that it has anything to do with Tyler Perry, but
okay, yeah, I was wondering.
For the longest time, we have said that Southern California is the best market in the hobby, is the best local market in the hobby, right? We have Burbank Sports Cards. We have the Burbank Card Show here. We have shows every month. We have Frankensons. We have all these card shops out here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Atlanta is starting to come up. Even though I haven't been there except for the Culture Collision, I feel like they've got big players there. They got Dr. Collectible, Prism God, the baseball card store. I forget the guy's name who's friends with Jeff Wilson. I forget his name.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Baseball card
Todd or something. I forget what it is.
Something like that. Now they got Jeff Wilson opening his store. Sports card investors based out of Atlanta. I feel like Atlanta is starting to become a big hobby community in itself, and it could rival, Southern California, if not overtake it.
Well, it's funny. When I was going to school and selling cards back at University of Tennessee, Knoxville, Atlanta was a big trading spot for the Southeast area.
Yeah. So, I'll give them respect for that. We'll see. I still think Southern California is the place to be. We got PSA here, at least.
Right.
and things like that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Where is this here?
Where is it? Mango, live format is just more fun. True. It's unpredictable. That's what's fun about live, I think. Papa Jim, years ago when I worked in my RV, I would do reviews on the RV parks that I would stay in. Very little video, but more of a write-up on them. Yeah. I was thinking about doing the same thing with 7-Elevens in Los Angeles area too.
7-Eleven.
I do know all my 7-Elevens in LA, and I can tell you because I like the ones that have like the Asian aisles, all the different candies like that green tea, Kit Kats and stuff. But yeah, we can do stuff like that. You can make now a reality show about anything as long as you've got entertaining cast. and some good drama. You need conflict all times. Random J Adventures. Hey, bro, been a while since I seen you in Houston. He's talking about me and Merlin. My Jokic auto card I brought for you, blah, 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 got stolen. I thought you said you sold it for like $1,500. Or is that the flawless one? Let me know. Random J Adventures. Did you not get relief for the student loan debt relief, Dan?
Part of my student loans were on forbearance for like 3 years, which was great. Another part of mine, which was private student loans, not federal student loans, I've been paying, so I didn't get any relief on that. And I don't qualify for any of the forgiveness or anything like that. So
you don't? Why?
That's mainly for like low income people or people on low income based repayment plans or people that do public service work, which I don't qualify for.
Oh, that's probably how my girlfriend got it then, public service work. Vintage Lord Canada, I want that Beastie Boys. Well, if Mr. Minty doesn't take it from me, let me know. I'm also getting another one back pretty soon, too. Papa Jim, I sold a Griffey Jr. signed card and gave the proceeds towards my daughter's wedding. Congratulations. It wasn't thousands of dollars because it was a small one, but every little bit helps. Nice, Papa Jim. Congrats. John, it's so interesting watching these card influencers buy modern prospect cards, as it seems 99% are going down. Yes, it's scary.
So, for the longest time, it's like one of the most exciting things in the hobby to watch has been prospecting, QB prospecting, baseball prospecting, NBA prospecting. You see it everywhere. It started with Zion, and then it went to like all these other guys out there. But man, it's hard to do that stuff. And like this guy says, like John says, 99% of the time they go down. I guarantee you Wimby Yana cards are going to go down.
You think so?
Yes.
You called it now.
Yes. And I mean, we're already seeing it with the QB situation. Like, who's the QB for the Jets? I'm not the Jets. The
Dallas now? Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
Yes.
Going down.
No, Jalen Hurts is doing great. They're undefeated. Then like Trey Lance, who got traded to Dallas from 49ers.
Mac Jones cards are going down.
Oh, God. Ooh.
All the stuff. So I feel like at some point, the hobby is going to shift away from that BS, and they're not going to do it. And then we're going to be finding other things to try to like flip and make money on.
Hey.
Yeah.
Did you ever do baseball prospects, Dan?
When I first got in, I bought Ronald Acuna, and
that's not a bad one to choose from.
What was that guy who played?
That's a good choice.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. They got the shortstop for the Padres.
Oh my gosh.
I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. The shortstop for the Padres. I bought
Saito?
him.
No,
I forget his name. So I bought that a little bit, but I just wasn't into it, because I'm not like a big baseball guy.
Where's all your Acunas? What'd you do with all those? Did you sell them already?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I want one. I'm a big Braves fan.
Ohtani. I bought a bunch of Ohtani. I made money on all that stuff.
You did? Sure. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, look at this guy.
But I haven't gone back to it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's too scary. Too big of a gamble. John, a great show as always, gentlemen. Thanks, John. Oh no. CV Sports Cards. Jeff teamed with 2 investors and moved his office to the new shop. Smart man using other people's money like a businessman does. And that's what you should do. The great curator always emphasizes about that.
Yes. So, I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all. I totally expected him to do something like that or structured the deal this way. But here's one thing about Jeff too, because I know I talked to Jeff about other things besides the hobby. I talked to him about business, and he's always been very generous with his time whenever I reach out to him about like with business questions. But the dude's a businessman. Like he's built this business within the hobby. He makes money. He's not like I don't think that he's losing money every month that he's doing all this stuff that he's within the hobby. So take away your feelings about his content and whatever, and look at what he's doing, and you probably will learn a lot about it. And the lessons that you could learn from what he's doing in the hobby, you can apply outside of the hobby and do very well.
Adrian again. Haha. 7-Eleven locator reviewer. Merlin always cracks me up. If you're awesome. Thanks, buddy. But yeah, it's important. There's a 7-Eleven down the street from me, but I won't go to it at all because it's gross. CV Sports Cards.
Fernando.
Tatis.
Yeah,
yes, yes.
I bought him early, and I sold off his stuff.
Oh, he did. He had the steroids or whatever last year, right?
Yeah, but I had sold his stuff way before.
Prior. That. Okay, thank God, Dan.
And then I was buying like World Cup prospects, not prospects, but like people that.
Oh, okay, that's
like
the one.
Pulisic, and
yes,
I bought
Ronaldo,
but I took a bath from Ronaldo cards for.
You did?
Yeah, terrible. It might be my biggest loss. My biggest loss ever.
Yes, what was it?
In the hobby is Ronaldo and Kobe cards. Ronaldo rookie and Kobe rookie.
And Kobe?
Yes, that's my biggest loss.
How did the Kobe ones become such a big loss?
Just the pop counts are too out of control.
Oh, is that why? Okay.
Yeah, the 1996 Topps paper rookie card PSA 9. I had bought 10 of those at like $1,000 a piece. And by the time I got out of them, I was selling them at like basically like $500-$600 each, basically. So, and they've gone down more since then.
Oh my gosh!
They're down to like $200 or something like that.
And that's why you've always since then preached like rarity is the key.
Rarity. At least if I buy a 1-of-1, nobody can say, "Well, the last price was this."
Yeah, right. Oh, I hate that.
Whenever somebody's trying to buy my 1-of-1s and they say, "Well, the last price was this," I say, "F you. This is the only one." Okay. This is the only one. Or when they say, well, I know what you bought it for. You bought it for this much. And I say, well, you should have bought it then, I
hate that too. I was like, yeah, that was 6 months ago. And I bought it since then. And they've won a Super Bowl since.
Yeah. So that's the best way to protect your the price volatility by buying rare cards, 1-of-1s, or cards that just don't transact that much.
So true.
Anyways. Okay. So, let me see here. Oh,
we have more? We're up to 50 people. Everybody started watching at the end. John, even Brady is dropping, and LeBron.
Yeah, everybody,
yes.
Man, everybody. It's just a sign of the market where the cards are dropping. Like that's just the way it is. I don't think that it's gonna. I think it will kind of ebb and flow and go up and down, but it's not gonna be like. For people that are holding out for 2020 or 2021 prices, it's like probably not going to happen.
Not happen again, unless there's another pandemic.
What will happen is like it will go up. Like let's just say the market goes up. This is what I think here. Okay, this is speculation.
Okay, of course it is.
So let's just say the market goes up 20% from where it is now. Right, that's still not going to be where it was in 2020 or 2021. So the people that have the low cost basis of today, they can make money if there's a next boom, right? But the people that bought in high probably not going to make their money back because they bought in high. It's all about cost basis. You know what I mean? The market will go up and down, up and down. It just depends on when you got in, where your cost basis is, if you can make profit or not.
Mm-hmm. So true. Oh, speaking of LeBron, Dan, now I just gave it away. Guess who he contacted to be on their podcast? No, it's not us, unfortunately. It should be.
LeBron has a podcast?
No, this podcast is doing so well that he's like, why haven't you asked me to be on y'all's show?
Joe Rogan.
No.
Is it a hobby podcast?
Sports.
What's this?
No. You send me their stuff because you want me to emulate some of their graphics and everything.
I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry.
Because he's getting a lot of press because he's dating someone that's famous.
Oh, the Kelsey brothers.
That's correct. Yes.
Kelsey brothers. Oh.
So LeBron this past week, because my girlfriend listens to the Kelsey podcast, and she said that LeBron reached out, and she's infatuated with Kelsey.
Okay.
She's got Kelsey everything. That's why I had her jersey. You got to fight for your right to party with the Taylor Swift card in my Instagram post the other day.
Oh boy!
But LeBron's like, "Hey guys, when am I going to be on?" I'm waiting for that day to happen for LeBron to call us. Like, I heard y'all guys do this podcast in the LA area. when are you going to have me on, Dan and Merlin?
You know, people always ask to come on our podcast, but
I know everybody asks me.
Like, you know, okay, here's
I think they're scared of you.
Here's the honest truth. Okay, the honest truth why we don't have guests on the podcast, or why we rarely ever have guests, is
we've had a few.
I just don't want to share. I just don't want to share the mic, guys. Okay, there's only one talent here, and that's me. Okay, I do the majority of the talking, and I think that with
get out of here, you do not.
With 3 people, it would be too much, to be honest. If we did it live, though, I think I might be more willing because it'll be more conversational versus what we're doing now. I don't know. It's just different when you do it live.
The only time we've had people when we're at the live shows, we've had people sit at our table.
Yeah, I don't mind doing it live, but when we do it, like when we're streaming, you know,
streaming live,
I need all the mic time. It's just like I'm like talent, like on wrestling. You know, I need all the TV time for myself. So that's why we don't have a lot of guests for that. But maybe if we do like a live studio, then we'll definitely have guests for that.
We need that like third table, that third mic.
We'll do separate episodes because we are going to have Mr. Minty on at some point, talking about card prepping and then also talking about starting a business in the hobby. So we'll definitely have him on at some point. And then who knows, maybe if I take another vacation, we'll do one of those things where you have guest host come in and things like that. But that's the reason we don't have guests. Okay, so
I'm due for a vacation soon.
Yeah, we're actually really good with time right now, guys. So we can end this show early, or if you guys have any last minute questions, anything you want to talk about, any controversial topics, go ahead and throw it in there. The soju has taken effect, so this is the time if you guys want to get the unfiltered opinions of the great curator. This is the time to do it. If not, we can end the show early. Merlin, is there anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to plug while we wait for some extra content?
Well, I watched Fastlane and enjoyed it. Check me out on Merleworld Cards, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Last week, good day, LA, right there. Dan's got a soju. I posted. I did some crossovers at the PSA. I just shot a whole segment about different types of photos, the ones that I got back, because Dan noticed I got a huge stack of them back. And I've got all kinds of types from 1 through 4. And I just shot a video about it. So I'll be talking about it and showing off my slabbed photos. Yes, sir.
So you set up at the Premier Card Show in Brea. I was there. I saw you had a whole table dedicated to type photos. You've really gone all in on this, Merlin.
They're fun, but I'm buying them while they're affordable, man.
Like I might have like 20 type photos. You got it seemed like you got like 100 photos.
No, I don't. I mean, I've got a lot of raw ones. No, I've only got like 30 slabbed ones right now.
I know, but raw ones. You had a ton.
Oh yeah, but man, when they're only like $20 to $100, and you find stuff rare, and then all of a sudden you look at the stuff that you bought, and then you notice that the next week someone now they're selling at $1,000. You're like, okay, I'm onto something here. Yeah,
you have definitely gone.
And the Nassau ones are really selling well.
All in on type photos, which is pretty.
I'm having a fun time. I'm having fun doing it.
Definitely.
Yes.
Just an observation.
Oh, it is. So if anybody's looking for type 1 photos, I'm your guy, guys, because especially with the pop culture stuff, music, world history, you name it. I even have Oppenheimer, but I will be posting those videos daily, almost like starting tomorrow, starting with like raw, type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, and I'll even show you my rejected photos. Because believe it or not, because people don't understand that your photos can be rejected because they're like, oh man, they'll just authenticate anything. How would they know? How do they may not know. Well, believe me, they know. And they even give you the reason why it got rejected. So it's very interesting. So watch my content coming up. Random 777 card collection. Has anyone realized vintage actresses, and some music cards are going up on eBay, which is amazing for the non-sports? Exactly. That's what my point. Music cards and the music photos are skyrocketing. Yeah, I just bought a what's his face? I got it from 1955 at Disneyland. What is it? James Dean photo. That was really cool. That was from Disneyland, 1955.
Speaking of Disneyland, so yes, you are right. Random 777.
Yeah.
Non-sports cars are taking off. We've been talking about it for like,
Especially vintage.
I feel like we've been talking about it for at least a year, 2 years now. So definitely we should be getting credit for that. But speaking of Disneyland, Walt Disney, 1931, Willis, his rookie card with the Mickey Mouse on it. I have shown that card off many times for you guys.
Right.
It is the PSA 9 is a pop 3.
Is that the highest?
Yes, no 10s.
Okay.
Recently sold on Golden Auctions for over $40,000. Can you believe that? 40,000. That's a new record, obviously. $40,000 for Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse's rookie card. Some people will argue that Mickey Mouse had a card before that, but I'm just going to say that that's his rookie. So that is a huge win for non-sports and Disney cards and things like that. Definitely something to take notice. And you know what? I think that there's more room to grow on that.
Oh, I agree. Most definitely.
Because I know that some dude has a Type 1 photo. I took a picture of it at the National.
Yes, you did.
Some dude has a Type 1 photo out there, and he's going to sell it. He told me. He's just waiting for the right opportunity to send it to auction, and he's hoping to get 6 figures for that Type 1 photo. And if that Type 1 photo goes for 6 figures, you better believe the other 2 people or the person that just bought that PSA 9, they're going to put their cards up for auction, and you're going to see some crazy prices on that card.
Do you think the photo will go more than the card?
Hard to say. Honestly, hard to say because I don't know why Type 1 photos would be more than the actual card. But I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it went for like $50,000,
Oh, I think it'll go way more than that.
Yeah. Well, he's hoping for over 100 on it.
No,
so
he will definitely get over 100,000 for sure.
I mean,
for sure.
We'll see. Whatever happens, it's definitely going to be crazy.
Well, didn't you see my post the other day that I pulled from PSA where they've only ever authenticated 3 of the Mickey Mantle from the top 52?
Yeah.
They only know of 3 in existence, and they said one of those 3 sold for about 4 or 5 years ago for $2 million.
What?
So how much? Yes.
Oh, shit.
That's what it says in the post. $2 million.
Wow.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Imagine what we get for now. CV Sports Cards. How was Premier? Dan had 3 shoeboxes up there with dollar cards.
I didn't take it seriously. So, like, Premier was exactly what I expected it to be. Good amount of people, good foot traffic, but just like a local crowd. I don't know. Like, I feel like shows are not as fun for me right now. You know what I mean? Not that I'm not like.
Well, it's much traffic, and then there's also Del Mar going on this weekend. And like we know, around this time of year until the end of the year, the traffic at card conventions kind of slows down. Yeah,
I definitely feel like we're in the off season for shows.
Definitely.
For sure. But like, to be honest, I'm not even looking forward to going to the Front Row Card Show. Like, I just feel like it's just like, okay, I'm going to go there. I'm going to try to hustle and try to sell some stuff, whatever. But I want to get on the other side. I want to go to shows and just have fun and buy stuff. Like the way that I feel when I go to like a comic con, I want to feel that way when I go to a card show, but it's a totally different mentality because you have different goals. You're trying to sell stuff versus buy stuff,
Yeah. And also, guys, if y'all are in the Southern California area or will be in the Southern California area during this, what's it called again? The card show that we're going to be at?
Front row.
DM me on Instagram and I'll mail you a free ticket. How about that? Wildcard X. If someone offered to buy your entire collection to pay off your student loan debt, but you couldn't collect anything ever again, would you do it? Well, I don't have a student loan debt. Dan does. Dan, would you?
No, I wouldn't, to be honest, because I love collecting.
I know. If that's your hobby.
You're saying I couldn't collect anything ever again? No, hell no. What am I going to do? What am I going to do with my life?
Yeah, what's he going to do?
No way.
Yeah.
Travel? I don't know. Watch TV? No, forget it. I love collecting. I would never do that. I will be able to pay off my student loan debt. Believe me. Okay. At some point in my life, I will be able to pay off my student loan debt. Can I do it flipping cards? We'll see. We will see what will happen, but for sure, I would not give up that right because I love it too much.
Guys, y'all don't even know that the lock in that room is outside the door, so that his family doesn't let him out till the weekend.
I have been collecting since I was in the womb, guys. Okay, since I was.
I believe it. I believe it.
I've been collecting ever since I was a little. Before I could remember. It's all I ever known. It's all I ever known, guys. So I would never ever give it up for sure. And believe me, I've tried. I have tried many times in my life to be, when I was younger, I was like chasing girls. I was in college. I was in a fraternity. Then I got old. I got a job, and I was trying to like invest and save money. And then, and now I'm a family man, and I've tried to do different things. I'm just not the type of guy that like, what does a typical dude do? I'm not the type of guy that just sits around and watches sports, Sunday, or barbecues, or goes to bars and drinks beer, or I'm just not that type of guy. I'm just I spend the majority of my time in this room cataloging, reorganizing. That's what I did this weekend. I was reorganizing my shelves, cataloging, looking through eBay, that's just my life, and that's how I am. So I would never ever give that up.
See, I spent all Sunday with my fantasy league guys at a bar watching the games and talking smack about your fantasy team. And I finally kicked all their butts this weekend. Finally, because in that league, I was 0-4. Now I'm 1-5. John, Dan, we need to get more golden hour videos of you cooking buyers at the show soon. Yep. Or whatever, Heritage, whoever.
Yeah, I have not made a vlog in a while because honestly, these shows have been not great. They haven't been exciting. I haven't gotten any
inspiring.
Yeah, like the footage is boring, so I'm not gonna, it's hard for me to make a vlog of it. You know what I mean? And I don't want to spend my time cutting up a bunch of stuff if I don't have any good content. So, so we'll see. Hopefully we'll have a good one at some point. Maybe I don't know if we're gonna have another one this year, but maybe next year we'll do the next vlog.
Now, Dan, was your siblings and parents also into collecting?
Only my mom. My mom collected antiques, but my dad, my brothers, they don't collect anything. They're boring. Let me tell you, like they're your typical boring adults. All they do is watch TV. They work. They're professionals. Spend time with their family, travel. Do that kind of stuff. Barbecue. Whatever, boring stuff. Nobody collects, and you know what? It's made me. Only my mom collects. So I'm like a representation of my mom, I guess you could say. And they all think that like I'm so immature and stupid. Like I don't even think my brothers know. I don't even think that my brothers know what I do for a living. Honestly, I think they they think I just like I don't know. Live on welfare or something.
But they know you have a job just like they do. You have a high-profile job you went to school for, right?
I don't like. They know what they kind of know what I do, but they don't think that they see me doing it. You know what I mean? Because they see everything that I have here. They know that I make. They know that I go to car shows and stuff. So they like. So are you doing this?
They don't get it.
Do you have a job anymore? Do you like?
Oh no!
What do you do? So it's hard to, and I try to explain it to them. I try to say, "Oh, I bought this card and I flipped it and I made this much," and they're like, "What?
Flipping? What card?
What?" They're like, "How much did you spend on all this crap?"
Oh no!
So I don't even bother trying to explain anything to them anymore. Although sometimes they do ask me for a card of their favorite player. Like my brother asked me.
I thought so. Yeah,
Brady rookie.
I remember that.
Yeah, and my other brother asked me for like an Ohtani rookie.
Did you help? Did they get one?
Yeah. Whenever they ask for something, I always get it for them. But honestly, they don't. They probably think very low of everything that I do. You know what I mean?
I can't believe they actually bought one. Did they spend a good penny on them?
Well, they didn't want to, but I told them.
What's expensive for them? Like 500?
Yeah.
So
I told him, I said, if you want the best one, this is what it is. This is what it costs. Like
okay.
Tom Brady, for example, I said it costs $3,500. And my brother's like, what? Are you insane? I'm not going to spend that much, blah, blah, blah. But eventually I talked him into it. So.
Oh, he did get the $3,500 one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be like doubled in just a few more years. Wild Card X again. By the way, happy 10-10 a day. Oh, it is 10-10. You got a dual grade, Dan? 10-10?
I do. I'm going to put it out for you right now.
Ooh, that's what she said last night.
I'm gonna whip it out.
Oh, my God.
You, okay?
Whip it good. Woo, baby.
Right.
Hey.
Here it is.
Baby. Oh, my gosh.
Here it
baby.
is. My baby. Right here. My Charlotte Flair. Let me see if I can get that.
That gold got a tip. Is that a gold or green? I can't tell. No, you got to do it like up. Angle it up. More 45 degree. There you go.
There it is.
Yes.
Charlotte Flair gold.
Oh, right there. Perfect. Perfect.
10 auto, 10 card. Boom. I bought this raw too, guys. I bought it raw and I graded it myself.
And he whipped it out.
And I just whipped out it for you guys.
Oh, my gosh. Look at how red he's turning. Oh, my gosh. He's blushing.
Happy 10-10 day, guys.
10-10. Oh, wow.
All right.
John Holt again. Merlin, what is your current favorite collectible in your collection? And what is something you would love to own one day? I'll show you guys real quick since Dan just pulled something. I was going to show this on a new video, but I'm going to show you guys right now. This is my favorite.
Since I showed you guys mine, Merlin has to show you his.
Oh, mine's bigger.
Oh, yeah. It's just the slab. The slab is bigger. That's it.
Oh, yeah. What are you saying? I'm a shower, not a grower? Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
no. Man, we're definitely going to lose our sponsorship now.
No way. Give me a. Where the hell is it, guys? Oh, my God.
This is why we are the most entertaining podcast in the hobby, guys, that nobody listens to, because we're not afraid to make the dirty jokes. Okay, we're not afraid to lose the sponsorships by saying inappropriate comments. But
Look, I actually had a sports one. I came back today. I love this one. I saw this. I was like, dude, I have to get this. This is Charles Barkley getting in a fight. Of course, that's just like his MO, and that just looks so funny. I mean, who doesn't love Charles Barkley? Such a personality. And here he is doing his usual thing in the NBA, getting in fights. But this, whoops, that's not it. Hold on, where is it? Oh, shit. Oh, hold on, give me a second.
take your time. It's not like we're live or anything.
Okay, we're not live? Are we live? It's like Kelly saying, are we live? Are we live? This is my favorite.
That would be another fun episode if we went to South Dakota or North Dakota, wherever he is, to go to his shop.
I know, right? Oh my God, we got to do that sometime, please. Okay, shit.
He's taking forever, guys. He's
I
taking
know. Oh my God. I thought I had it here.
Taking your time. Taking your time.
Taking your time.
Man, someone's stirring up this place. Can you just can we just move on from this bit? I don't think you're gonna find it.
Where the hell?
Pick something else.
That was my favorite one, Dan. This is all it's all about. You don't understand. It's my least favorite. Oh my God. I'm going crazy. Well, I guess that'll be next week's episode. Oh.
All right. Sorry. We'll move on to the next comment here.
Oh, Dan, you never lets me know. Oh, I found it. Yes. Okay, here it is, guys. Oh my God, this is my favorite so far. This is my favorite Type 1 Type 1 photo that I own right now. This is my baby. Right here. This is it right here. It's an atomic bomb from 1946, Type 1. Beautiful but deadly. Hopefully we never see one of these. This is just a test, but we don't want to see test or real ones. Those are fake ships. Those are test ships. This is a Bikini Atoll Type 1 photo from the U.S. Army, 1946. But this is my favorite photo by far. Silent but deadly. We're beautiful but deadly. Dan's silent but deadly when you room with him. Junior, I love collecting. That's my hobby as well. So part of your collection to pay off your loan, but try to keep that ones you cannot replace or buy again.
Right.
Maybe he could sell that one Roman. Oh, you already sold that Roman Reigns. So you can have another like Roman Reigns like that. That would quarter of your debt. Random 7/7 card collection. The best card in Dan collection is a sad Pele card. Do you still have that?
I do, and it is for sale.
That card is so unique. and iconic and very rare.
Hold on. Got it right here within arm's reach. Sad Pele. Look at that right there.
They could pull it back a little. Wow, it's not. Dang it! Why is it? Dang it! Pele, come on! He's so sad. It's out of focus. Yeah. You might have to do that reverse 45 again.
There it is. Whatever it is, you guys get the point. There it is. Sad Pele, right there.
You've had that for a long time.
Yeah. I'm ready to give it up. So if anybody wants the Sad Pele, it is available. Very rare card. Okay, so I think we'll cut it off there. Now we think, we got an extra 20 minutes of comments in there. So appreciate that.
Thank you, guys. Thanks all the comments.
Give your last minute plugs.
All right, everyone. And remember to buy your supply kits to clean and prep your cards from Mr. Minty. He's got those kits. Get that 20 to 25% discount now before he figures it out, before we break the Mr. Minty internet. So use the Curator code down below. The links are below. And also check me out on Merleworld Cards, Instagram, TikTok, eBay, here, everything. And like I said, I just posted some crossovers to PSA, and I'll be posting some new videos I just recorded the other day about type 1 through 4 photos and rejected photos. So you'll learn more about photos coming from me, since I've got 1,000 of them, Dan said.
Too many.
Yeah, too many. So if y'all want one, buy one from me. I haven't even listed them yet. None of them have been posted.
All right, guys. So that's it for this show. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for all the comments. Appreciate it. Remember to give us all a follow on all the platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. And that's about it, guys. So appreciate it. And we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Yo, listen.